What's up, Panda Nation? Oh, the mic is a little bit too close. Alright. What's up, Panda Nation? The Panda Photographer is here, and welcome to another and third Lightroom tutorial. This time I'm going to focus on a project I did a long time ago, about 2-3 years ago. I did a project which ended up turning into a film. It's about homelessness in Portland, but in an organization that was focused on it's called R2D2, and basically I took some portraits of some of the individuals that stay at this rest area, which people call it a campsite, but it was in smack down in the middle of downtown, between Chinatown and downtown, and it was close to the Pearl District, and it was also close to, actually it was off right on Burnside and 4th and Northwest Portland, or North Portland, Northwest Portland, whatever. But yeah, so today I'm going to be focused on trying to touch this photo up. If you guys want to know what camera did I used a Sony A7R. I used a Sony FE to 90mm micro lens. Now, if you guys are new or just tuned in, please tell your fellow photographer or your fellow partners or your friends to share this content if it's helpful and very informative. Doing projects like this do help your photography skills and the assets that you learn from taking portraits of different types of talent. Gives you some very excellent experience in the field. So but do subscribe to this channel, do hit the notification button, and if you want to follow me, I have options for you guys. So I have a website. It's at 616studios.com, where I have tutorials on photography. You can see my portfolio. I'm sorry. I also have an Instagram, which is also the Panda Photographer, all one word, and you can see what I just post and what I did today. So these 3 photos I did today. Also, I have a Tumblr. A Tumblr is there for you to Tumblr meet, I guess. I got a Twitter at 616studios.com. So, oh nope, it's 616 Studios, of course. Also got a Sony fan page for you Sony A Alpha users out there, and I also got a 616 Studios photography fan page. So those are the options. All the links are down in the descriptions below. If you want to support this link, please do so by hitting the PayPal donation link. And it might sound like I'm like tired or out of it. I'm just frustrated right now at this computer right now, and I can't upload the Windows 10. Apparently I tried today and it just stalled. I tried to update the drivers for the graphics cards, just stalled. So I'm just like, I'm just gonna have to deal with it until it just finally breaks, because that's what's gonna happen. It's gonna break and it's not gonna be no longer. But while we're here, let's focus on this portrait. So this is Paul, by the way. Paul was an individual that was staying at the campsite, and I was on the campsite actually getting some videos, and this dude was working so hard, taking other people's ships. So how it worked in Right to Dream was basically people that are members, right, get to stay in the back where they can have their own private tent and all that stuff. And he was one individual taking other people's shifts and getting like 8, 10, 11 hours, when everyone's supposed to get at least, if you're not working, you're supposed to get at least 7 shifts. All right, if you are working, you're supposed to be do 3 to 4 shifts. All right, but man, this guy was doing it all: trash, cleaning up the place, recycling the water. I brought them a water heater, I brought them a refrigerator, I brought them a microwave, I brought them sleeping bags. Yeah, that's what all my money went to. Yeah, and this guy was working hard, so I asked him, let me take a portrait, and he said, why not? So let's try to see what I can do with this portrait before the computer starts to slow down. So I am using the Sony FE 90mm micro lens, and once again, the micro lens is a very sharp lens. It's one of the lenses that I did had at the time, and you guys said well, it got stolen when I moved to New York, and that's a long story. Once again, I'm not going to repeat that story. It's just gonna infuriate me even more, because like I really miss my gear, and I really miss all my lenses. I really miss having access to multiple cameras, and not just one camera. Yes, I can do a lot of work with one camera, but it's always good to have two cameras with you, so you don't have to switch and swap out lenses, especially focal length. But whew, with mouthful. But let's see what I can do with this photo. First of all, I'm going to go down here and I'm going to select the camera calibrations, and I'm going to standard camera standard, because I don't want to use an Adobe standard, because on the A7R I actually calibrate the lens to be more like a Nikon lens, so I was saturating the reds more, and Canon saturate the greens more. So with the A77 Mark II, which is my crop sensor, I do that to that camera and make it into like a Canon. But if you guys want to know my little trick, but I did make a video about how to fine-tune your Sony cameras. It's on my channel, and I will link it somewhere later on here in the annotations. But let's try to see what we can do with this photo. Oh, I love it already. I'm done. No, I'm kidding. Alright, so but I am going to make some adjustments here. So if you guys want to see like the really detailed, now I always manual focus. I never actually use autofocus. I do use eye detection when I'm in manual focusing. So when I'm manual focusing, the eye detection comes up. That means I'm pinpoint and focus, and I'm sharp. Take that shot, boom. That's what I do every single time. But you can see the strains of his hair. Look at the strains of his hair. And plus, this was an A7R, which is a 36.4 megapixel camera, so you can see the detail, and good diamond range, by the way, on this A7R. I have to say, very good diamond range. Now, can I give you guys a tip? If you have a crop sensor, the best way, if you're doing video with that Sony A or E mount crop sensor, the best way to actually, in my opinion, the best way to get the best diamond range out of that camera is to just shoot all flat. -3 contrast, -3 saturation, -3 sharpness, and then you can color grade. Now if you're doing YouTube videos, some people do flat profiles with YouTube videos, but I would suggest turn it down a little bit. Okay, so right now I'm going to focus on the hair. Maybe I should not even touch the hair on this one. See here. So I did a photo shoot yesterday, and well, not a photo shoot, a product photo shoot yesterday. If you guys did not see that this morning, please let me know what you think about that video. If you did see it, let me know what you think about the video. Not sure what I'm gonna go with this, but I am gonna increase contrast. Challenge more. Push the whites, push the blacks. Alright, let me fix this. Let's do 40%. Let's do 0.1. Let's do 35%. And just bring down the sharpness. Okay, now I'm going to take the brush. Oops, let's see it. I'm going to take my brush, and I'm going to actually do a little minor tweaking. Since I did everything in camera, and my presets that I already have should give me that advantage to save time in Lightroom, but I am going to touch up on this here. So I am going to use once again a Wacom tablet, which is a very precise tool. All right, we're just gonna focus on sharpening the hairs that are lit. I am really troubled by my computer right now. It's really intimate. Very strange. Something telling me in my heart. Now, most of the time, my brain functions like a computer, and normally I predict what happens. I'm pretty sure 80% my computer's gonna shut off at some point, and that is because Windows or Microsoft keeps doing these weird updates. And if you guys haven't heard what happened in the last 20 years, Intel's CPUs are compromised and can be hacked. So Windows trying to push this update out, and I cannot update it because this 3-year-old computer that was made and released in 2015, it's not doing well at all. I'm running all SSDs, and I do not want to format it again because I did this before in April and formatted when it started doing this problem. And the problem was that Gigabyte doesn't make any BIOS updates anymore, and that is the compromised problem with the computer. And when Gigabyte doesn't make BIOS updates to update to, for say for instance, for the latest GPU drivers and operation system for Windows 10, things start to slow down, things don't function properly, things start to wear and tear. Like my battery, I need to keep the plug in all the time now because the battery is just dead. I can't find the battery for it. No one sells the battery for it. So, and remember, I used to do a lot of gaming, so I did game on this laptop. So new, and I'm just gonna touch up his eye a little bit. Boom. Let's just move it down. Okay, so let me tell you a little something that just happened, like 3 minutes ago. Okay, so I'm in the library here, and the library, the second floor here, as I was told from security and other staff and other international students, okay, that the second floor here is for chatting, studying, and eating, and so forth. Now, you guys know that I'm pretty self-aware of my surroundings, right? I had this young lady sitting in front of me, not literally in front of me, but at the next table in front of me, and she got up and looked at me as if she had a problem with me doing this live YouTube and explaining something to you guys. So, but I don't think she's aware that, like, this is the floor that you can conversate, you can be on your phone, but you have to be at a certain level. But I'm using a lavalier microphone. I'm talking at a minimum decibel, so I shouldn't be bothering you. If you feel like I'm bothered, then put some headphones on. But I just feel like people don't understand what they really like. What's this floor is really for? You're a student. I'm not. I'm a visitor. I'm a traveler. I don't even. It's not that I don't care. It's the fact that, like, hey, you should be paying more attention to your school, to the library rules. And this is another thing. When students come here, and I noticed it, is that they don't pay attention to the clock scheduled, and I feel that that is one of the problems with some of these students. You have a cell phone device, why not use it to absolutely know what time the library opens and closes, what time, if anything changes within the library. Students, I've seen quite a lot of students here are not very punctual either, and I'm saying this because I went to UW. Even when I was at Columbia University, before I went to UW, transferred to UW, everyone at UW was punctual and on time. That's because everyone was on their smartphone checking time schedules. Everyone was on these devices making sure that they were on time. And I noticed it here in California. Like, I'm not what I should say, I noticed up here in the northwest of California, because there's a south and there's a north. All right, notice up here people are just not self-aware on surroundings. Literally, people will literally walk in front of you really slow while you cross the street when the lights here absolutely have a timer that goes down to like 15 seconds, and they still walking slow in front of you. And when you try to walk around them, they literally still jump right in front of you and like literally purpose walk to the side of you where you're walking. It's like no self-awareness at all. So, and I'm not complaining, I'm just noticing because I pay attention to detail. I'm very good at that. But this student here seemed like she was very upset the fact that I was doing a live YouTube channel. I mean, live tutorial for you guys. And I'm not bothered by that, but I'm pretty sure she's gonna run to a security personnel and say, "Well, there's a guy up there talking really loud." He's like, "Ma'am, the second floor is for that." That's what they're gonna tell her. Go, "Oh, I didn't know that." Well, how long you been a student here for it? And I'm saying this because it happened to me twice already. And I'm not sure if the student was racist, but it seemed like, well, the first student was racist actually. So. And I was like, okay, you're racist. Okay, that's good. Then don't come to France. Don't come to Japan then. I don't give a shit. We don't want racist, arrogant people that. We want good people with self-awareness and good hearts and have a good time. That's it. I just don't like racist people. And some of you guys might say, well, wait, KK, you're so biased towards black people. No, I'm not. I'm just racist towards arrogant people. Arrogant people that do dumb shit. That's what annoys me. Why would you do the dumbest thing? Why would you try to rob a like the other night, someone tried to literally break into someone else's house. Dude, I'm like sitting right there. You don't see me? Of course I'm gonna call the cops. And I'm gonna stop you. No coward. I should stay out of trouble, but I ain't no pussy. If you want to go in that route, I am no coward. Did your parents ever tell you see something wrong? Either do something about it or tell someone? If you see something wrong, do something about it. Make a stance. Your voice is meant to be heard. That's what your mouth is there for, right? So I'm just sharpening up the eyebrows. That's it. Just give me the eyebrows a little twinkle. Alright. I want to put some, let's see here. Wait. Isn't doing that, man. Come on, dude. No. So if you guys are curious, what's this streak of light? Basically, I knew that was gonna happen when I took it, but so I was using the TT600s and basically S for the Sony, and I knew like if I was to put like some type of small little snoot type of, well, I pretty much took cardboard and taped the bottoms on one part of the flash and taped the top bottom of the flash and made it like into like this kind of zip line flash, because that's what you see is like a rim light bouncing off the, see, that's the rim light back there here, and this is the key light here. So it's definitely, and the bulk out, you can see that there's some separation between the talent and the subject, but basically that's what I was going for. And it's based on taste, people, ladies and gentlemen. It's not something that you may like or required to do, but it's giving your portrait photography a little bit of spice in hand. But this is a street portrait, so it kind of fits well in a street portrait. And on top of that, I overpower the sun with speed lights. That's right, I overpower the freaking sun with speed lights. And the summertime of August in Portland, where it doesn't rain a lot, it's always sunny and very hot. So yes, you can overpower the sun with speed lights. It takes a lot of concentration and a lot of effort, and trust me, yes, the softbox was actually about I would say about 5-6 feet away. I would say 4 feet away from the subject. So yes, I was pretty close to the subject. But as I said, you can overpower the sun with the speed lights. I have done it many times. It's something that I did and featured in a video this past summer. Talked about it, and I'm not sponsored by Godox. I'm not sponsored by anyone at all. I'm sponsored by you guys. When you guys make a donation, when you guys help me out as a photographer, then as a freelance photographer, it helps me, you know, achieve my goals by getting to travel. Well, normally I was paying for that before, but when people donate, it's like when people did donate before, I should take a little money and give it to Right to Dream or whatever organization. But now I need it for myself, so like it helps me, because in the last 7 months I have the most terrible situation. So, but this is pretty much it, everyone. This seems like it. So it's always good to actually get everything right in camera, so you can do less processing. Yes, this is shot raw, no JPEG. This is no JPEG. This is shot raw, but even in raw, if you get everything right, you can do minimum touching up. And you can see from my histogram, you can see f8, 1.1/200, ISO 100, 90mm micro lens. So with that said, everyone, yep, this is it, and hopefully you like it. And this is something that I did a project for, and I would still try to contribute this kind of photos into, like, maybe I should do like a gallery show. I don't know, maybe I should do a gallery expedition, I don't know, and let people decide if they like it or not. And yeah, maybe sell these portraits and auction them off, and then take some of the money, maybe give back like 30% of when I sell that to some type of homeless organization. But it has to be the right organization that is absolutely going to do something, give it back to the community. Not say they're going to give it back like some organizations, and they really don't. They just pocket in. And why would this person have a $100,000 car? You work for a homeless center. That's just odd to me. I just find that very odd, that a person that has a $100,000 car is working at a homeless center. Where is that money coming from, really? That makes you wonder sometimes, don't you? People like to make money off of even the homeless. So it's kind of criminated here in the States. But I digress. This has been the Panda Photographer, and I would also like to say that thank you for watching. Hit the subscribe button if you like this. If you find some of my information very informal, kind of humorous, but delightful, please do hit the notification button to see more content, to see more Lightroom tutorials. This is episode 21. If anyone's chatting right now, I don't know, no one's chatting, but please do follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. As I said before, it's always a pleasure to serve you guys some content and show you guys what I do and how I take portraits, what kind of gear that I use or did use in this case. And talk about the past a little bit, but eat, sleep, photography, and repeat. And I will see you guys in the next Lightroom tutorial. And take care, and don't forget to support the channel. It really helps me out, guys. Peace. Oops.